I went from 233.2 last week to 227.6 this week. So pretty awesome loss. About 5.5 pounds. So really don't feel like doing the math. I'm kind of lazy like that. But so I pretty much attribute that to eating clean. And I don't do organic all the time because I really can't afford organic prices. I wish I could, but it's just expensive. We have a lot of farms around here because I live in Northern California. We have a lot of farms, but the problem is that I don't know which ones actually sell things other than grapes, because, you know, if you're in the wine country, grapes. But so I really have to kind of check around and see if I can find a farm that sells like fresh vegetables, and I would love to find a farm that sells eggs and things like that. But unfortunately, in the wine country, a lot of these places, when they are the natural farm, they expect everyone's going to want to pay a 10 times higher price than the market. So instead of it being a savings on the market, you end up paying as much or more as the market. And so yeah, and I don't know when I'll be going organic. My green tea that I drink is always organic because I do drink the leaves. So, you know, I want to make sure that I'm not getting any kind of chemicals or anything like that in there. So, I eat a lot of proteins. I eat a lot of protein. I make my meals at the beginning of the week, which actually I've got to make my meals today after I work out. So I make a lot of my own meals. I will make up and freeze stuff so that it's basically like lean cuisine. You can just make a big batch of something, and throughout the week you just pull out one at a time and you know, cook them up and eat them. And so I'll make 3 or 4 different meals that I can choose from, so I have some variety, and that way, you know, if today I want eggplant lasagna, then I can have my eggplant lasagna, which is a noodleless eggplant lasagna with half ground turkey and half ground beef, because I don't like ground turkey all by itself. So I found if I mix the two about half and half, if I get the 93.7 for each, it ends up making a really good meat that's not too, like, it's not too dense, because ground turkey is too dense for me, but yet at the same time it's not all dark or all red meat, so it kind of makes it, you know, evens it out. And then you know, I made like a salmon and udon noodles, which had an ounce of udon noodles and a couple of ounces of salmon and some vegetables, and a little bit of a dressing on top. So I'll make myself a couple of little things like that that I can pull out whenever I want. And then in between I can have things like, if I want a can of tuna and some Greek yogurt and some you know, chopped up vegetables or some, you know, something like that in there, I'll have that. But that's pretty much what I eat. And then like I said, I think I said this in the last video, but I'm not sure, because I think I have metabolic damage from working out so much, because I was working out, you know, 2 and 3 hours a day, and I was you know, really just overdoing it. And we're talking about HIIT workouts. That's high intensity interval training, for those of you who don't know. Zumba. I was doing running and walking. I was doing a lot of stuff on top of my nightly walk with the family, and you know, just our enjoyable walks we would take here and there. So I was doing a whole lot of working out, and I wasn't doing any strength training. I was just doing cardio, and I was eating very little. I would make sure that I exercised more than I ate almost every day, and that's really not very good. I've found, because yeah, it does cause metabolic damage, and so that's why I slowed and would have these kind of times where I would bounce back and forth, and I wouldn't be losing the way I should be losing, because, you know, calories in, calories out. Well, that's not true. You know, they can say calories in, calories out all they want, but anyone who's been on diets throughout their life knows that calories in, calories out is a bunch of bunk. It's just really not true. Your metabolism has a lot to do with it. What those calories are made up of has a lot to do with it. You know, there's a lot more to it than just calories in, calories out. But anyways, I'm digressing now into a different area that I'll make a whole other video about, because I want to make a video about the things that I've learned about you know, the surgery and about life after and all that sort of stuff. So I want to make that video, but it's not today. So and then let's see what else. So now I do strength training 5 days a week, 6 days a week rather, I'm sorry, and I try to make myself take a 6th day, take a day off, take the 7th day off, I have a really hard time doing that because it feels like I should be working out. A lot of days I will just do a stretch day that day, where I'll do a stretch workout, which is just a whole bunch of different stretches to help you loosen and, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll do that instead of working out, because then I feel like I'm still doing something, but I'm not really working out. I'll also let myself take a family walk, as long as it's not a really long one. No, you know, no 2-hour walks on my day off, because I have to have the time for my muscles to recuperate. And the days when I allow myself to have that day off are usually the days I notice the biggest losses. And that's because my body's holding on to all this water in my muscles, and it's trying really hard to repair them, and it's trying to hold on to everything I have so that it can repair the muscles, because, you know, there's something going on, because I'm, you know, my body's just working all the time, and so there must be some sort of, you know, project. I must need shelter, or I must need, you know, I must have to hunt every day for my food, and so it's really holding on to everything. And so when I give it a rest day, it goes, oh, okay, that's over, we're good, we can, you know, let it go now. So I've noticed that my biggest losses usually happen on the day when I will give myself a rest after working really hard for 6 days. So I try really hard not to exercise, and in fact a few times I've jumped up and started doing something, and started running in place, and I'm like, no, stop, and I'll turn on one of the YouTube stretch videos. If you do want some strength training videos, stretching videos, things like that, I have a lot of workout videos that I bookmark in my playlists. So you can check out my playlist. They've got all kinds of stuff there. I've got stuff about the psychology of weight loss surgery if you're a binge eater, or if you have some sort of eating disorder that you're aware of. I have some helpful stuff in there. If you have PCOS, I'm starting to kind of look into some videos that might be helpful for that, and so I'm thinking I might put a playlist for that. So if you have any interest in that, you can go ahead and leave me a comment, and I will you know, start adding a playlist about that. I don't think I have anything about it just yet, although I have seen some videos out there that are very interesting. So this is a medium shirt. I'm back in a medium, yay! It is squishing the girls a little bit, but it's a workout shirt, so that's okay. I don't mind it. It's squishing the girls a lot, actually, but that's okay. So is my sports bra, so that's all right. So I'm about to work out, so I'm good with that. But it is a medium, and I'm pretty happy with how it's fitting. I'm starting to notice cutting. I noticed a little dimple has shown up in my shoulder, and the line here. Any of you who've been cut or who are cut now know how that kind of starts to show up. My bicep is still not super impressive, but like I said, when you start noticing those little things, you know it's coming out of hiding. I've started to notice my collarbones again. So, and then I've also started to notice that my wrist bones are starting to show again. So those are the signs to me that I'm doing good, other than just the scale. But the scale should never be, in my opinion, the primary indicator of how well you're doing. I'll do my measurements again and tell you how much I've lost on the 20th of the month. I'm trying to not do them too often, because I know that it makes me want to do them like every week, you know. So I'm, oh look, I lost another inch, or look, I lost another half inch. But I try to keep it, because then it's really cool, because then I can go, oh look, I lost 8 inches over this month. Oh look, I lost 9 inches, you know. So I'm trying not to do that, and I'm taking a picture every week, but I only want to post the before and now pictures once a month. So that I'm going to try and do, you know, once a month as well. So I hope if you're trying to lose, you're losing. If you're trying to maintain, you're maintaining. And everyone else, I hope you're just having a great day.